Because, let me tell you something. Put this in your mind and back in your heart. There is a life after death. It's just according who you going to live it with. The devil didn't come to give life. Christ did. The Bible says an opposite. The devil roams. He come to steal, kill, and destroy. Jesus said, I come to give life and more abundantly. So, like Brother Sean was talking about, there's a balance. What are you going to go with? Good or bad? What are you going to go with? Sin or righteousness? Where are you going to go? Heaven or hell? It's your choice. I mean, but like Brother Sean was talking about, he said he'll never leave you, never forsake you. All you got to do is make the effort. If I went to Papa's church once every month, and I got the time to go every week, and I make no effort, then God ain't gonna make an effort to bless me in the time of my trouble. God ain't gonna send a need. God ain't gonna send a check in the time of my need in the financial problem. Yes, sir. You got to.
If you don't give time, you ain't gonna get it.
You ain't gonna get time.
If you don't give time to God, you don't dedicate something to God.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get anything in return.
That's it. I mean,
just some people want to do it their way.
Their way, yeah.
And they want this and that from God, but they don't want to do anything to get it.
Yes, sir.
It's like, I ain't got time to read the Bible. It's like, what are you doing right now? Oh, I'm sitting at home just chilling. Oh, yeah, you do. You have plenty of time right now.
Yeah. That's like Lord got hold of me. I mean, I'm setting the time. I'm stopping all the work you need. You need to go to work. God knows that. I told God, I said, God, I need some work. He said, okay, I'm going to stop it. I want to see how much you want it. And that's when he says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness. And he said, all these things shall be added. Sometimes we're praying for something that God's already stopped it. Because why? God wants to see an effort. He don't want to see I tell you heart. He wants to see I want a heart. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean? I don't have to have my wife to tell me I need to serve God. I want to have it in my heart to want to serve God. Mm-hmm. Amen? I don't need somebody or a pastor or Tommy to call me and say, William, you need to go. I got to have the want to go. I want God to move in my life, then I need to move. It's being dedicated, like I'm about to call him pastor. Like brother's talking about, you got to be dedicated. If you ain't dedicated, then how would you ever get that communication with God? Being dedication, God takes seriously. It took David to go through some trials, but God made him a king over all his trouble. But he had to go through some suffering. He had to go through some battles, like he's talking about. We're going through it, but trial by our faith. He went through a trial fighting a lion, fighting a bear. His biggest trial was fighting that Goliath. Well, he probably had more trials after that, but his biggest test was that Goliath. And to have a love for such of God as much as David did, and I believe with all my heart, when I come to know the Lord, I had a love just like that. I didn't care who I stood before. I didn't care who I faced. I want to show somebody that God loves them. Whether they're down on their back, whether they're needing to cross a four-way, like me and Brother Sean was talking about the other night. What if there was a handicapped guy that's walking on a cane crossing the street? What if Lord had told you to get up and go help him? If you waited 5 minutes later, that man would have failed. If you wait a minute past or a second past God when God told you, you know that's delay. You know delay obedience is disobedience. If God told Sean to do something and he did it 5 minutes later, you know that's disobedience. You know if God told me to do something and I waited 30 seconds after that, you know that's disobedience. But a lot of times God knows when we're going to step up and go. But I didn't. Go ahead, son. You know us preachers, man, man, you can't. We be talking and we don't know how to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead.
In Romans, in chapter 3, verse 23, it says, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God."
Yeah. That's what it said.
So, do any of you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Hence, you too.
We all ain't come to pure glory. We've all failed. We ain't come as a. We weren't born in perfection, like Jesus was.
Okay, that's fine. Let me ask again. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Do you understand that? How does that make you feel? Hence, you two.
I'm still trying to find it.
Don't find it.
Oh,
listen.
you.
Listen to what he's
I'm
saying.
asking a question. Do I need to do it a third time?
I like how we're being put on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
Repeat it.
Oh,
Yeah, just repeat it, bro.
For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Do you understand that?
yes.
Explain it to me.
No one really cares about God anymore.
Talk normal.
No,
Just
be
listen,
serious.
baby doll. Listen to what he's saying. He's saying we have all have sinned and fallen. We all have sinned. Just listen
For
closely.
all those that have sinned come short of the glory of God. You said you understand that, so explain what that means.
I want to, before you speak, if you don't know it, just tell him. He'll help you understand it.
I can barely understand.
Okay, well then don't sit there and say you can understand it, baby. Just sit there and say, I don't know it, but help me understand it. This is a Bible study, baby. That's what I told you before we pray. Ask. You know, you ain't in trouble. Just ask.
Faith works and ask and you shall receive.
Do
Do you
what?
understand?
Do you
Faith
understand?
works and
No.
ask and you shall receive.
Yeah. Now listen to your brother. Listen.
The verse says, For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Basically, mansions that Papa talks about all the time. Those solid gold floors, them ruby houses, all that glorious stuff. That and all the gifts you got coming later down the road. Whether it be your money, a new car that you're not expecting, it could be a kid, it could be a friend, it could be, no one knows what it could be, except he does, except him. But if you're sinning, you're missing out on every single bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
Every single bit. Every last bit. You're not even going to get to see the gifts in the paper. You're not even going to see the presents. Well, that's what's inside. It's basically what that's saying. Like I said earlier, you have to live at the top of the pyramid where God wants you to be at all times. It doesn't matter if someone is watching you. It doesn't matter if you're by yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're with your friends. It doesn't matter if you're with your family. It doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, who you're with. But if you have to live where God wants you to. You have to live the way He wants you to in order to get what God has for you. If you want a brand new TV that stretches across your whole wall, you want a PlayStation 4 and some cool games. Who wouldn't want that, right? That sounds awesome. You want that? Live the way God wants you to. You're sinning, you're cussing, going around fighting, starting arguments, whatever. You're not gonna get that. You're not even gonna see it wrapped up in a box. It's just gonna be, oh, I was gonna give it to you, but nah, never mind. I'm just gonna put it back. Thought you wanted it. You see, it's then that I hate to see that. I hate to see it and I hate to feel it because I know how it feels and it sucks. It really does. To know that you've come short of something so good that you wanted so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been a problem you wanted solved. Could have been a sickness you wanted taken away. Could have been something you wanted new. But because you messed up, you don't get it. And there will never be another chance to get that. That is standing right there forever. You're never, ever going to get another chance to get it back. You'll have another chance to get something else, but never that. That was for that one moment, that one moment only. You'll never get a chance to get that again. But if you want an Xbox One, you got a chance to get that. But that PS4 and stuff, no, you're never getting that back, ever. You're not ever gonna get it because you denied God. But it's very, very, very important that you emphasize the fact that you can't be greedy. Like if you're gonna seek God and you're gonna want something so bad, you can't be greedy about it. Basically saying, "Oh God, I want that so bad. I'm gonna pray every single night for it, and I'm gonna swear I'm not gonna cuss, and I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna live good, just so you can get that." That's being greedy, and you're not gonna get it because of that reason. Because you're not doing it for God.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole reason He wants you to pray. That's all that gift is a reward for saying, you know what? You showing me love, I'm going to show you I love you. There you go. And it honestly really does suck when you don't listen to Him. It really does. He gets something so great, puts it right in front of your face. Says, you see that? You see it? Like, wait, hang on, what?
Like, you see that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's all because you denied it. You made a mistake. And of course, the whole reason we make mistakes is not so that we can be punished, but so that we can learn from it. I mean, the whole reason we get punished in the first place is so that we can learn from it. Saying, hey, that felt awful. You literally dangled it in front of my face and said, you want it? Oh, guess you can have it. You don't want someone to do that to you, do you? See, that's the punishment in it. After that happens, you're going to understand. I don't want that to happen again. When he dangles it in front of my face, I want him to give it to me.
Yeah.
And that's why the punishments come. It's not because God hates you. It's not because you're not loved. It's just because He wants you to know. You don't need to do that.
Yeah. Say that right, Sean.
And that song, Chainbreaker, I believe it is, says that, you know, a lot of times we turn to things that it's just not right. We know it's not right, and we just turn to it as a resort because it makes us feel good in the moment.
Okay.
Such as drugs or something. We'll be popping pills because it makes us high and it makes us feel good for the 15 minutes that it lasts. After that 15 minutes, what do you get? You get headache, you get sick.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. You drink a bunch of alcohol, you get drunk. You feel nice and good and all happy and laughing. Then after it's over, you're getting sick and full, throwing up everywhere, feeling bad. That and gorging yourself with too much food. It's good at the moment, and you eat it, need it, because it tastes good. And after the fact, you're constipated or your stomach's hurting because you ate too much. And that's we know it's not right, but it just feels good. It just tastes good in the moment.
Yeah.
It's the problem with a lot of people that live in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think about the consequences later on.
Mm.
It's just what's going to happen at that quick second.
You have two different types of people. You have ones that think about now and ones that think about later. You know, I mean, it may feel horrible right now. It may feel absolutely horrible, but you're not looking for anything other than pleasure there. That's the only pleasure you're looking for. Though it may feel worse, it may feel horrible down here. We have two different types of pleasures. We have godly pleasures and we have worldly pleasures. And some people go the worldly route, and I don't understand. I don't even like needles. I don't understand why would you want to inject it every so hour. I don't understand why you would want to do that. To be honest, no one thinks about what they're doing to themselves. It's just, no, it's just harmless. It just feels good. Yeah, wait till it's over. There's some scars, they don't go away for a reason.
It's a reminder.
It's a reminder to let you know, saying, hey, you see that? You see that right there? Some people feel disappointed in scars. The battle scars. I mean, everyone's going to have one or two of them, whether they be mental, physical. Everyone is going to have a scar. That'll never go away. Everyone's going to have one, and it's going to be a constant reminder to say, not to say, here, see what you did, see what you've done, look at what you did. See that right there, you caused that. See that right there, yeah, you caused that. You caused that too. Look what you did. Could have been smarter than that. You done broke it. You done caused it. Look what you did. It's a reminder saying, you see that right there? That's what I brought you from. This is how you used to be. This is what you did. I delivered you from it. But I left just a little bit of it there just to say, hey, see that? I took you out of that. And so, God will never put us in situations He'll get hurt, but where you'll get hurt. We ourselves do that. And like I said, it's kind of like a path going down in the woods. Yes. On the sides of the path are trees. Past the trees, thorns. You're always walking down that path, seeking the Word or whatever, seeking God, seeking the truth. Some people turn off. And they think it's okay because there's nothing there. It's just trees.
Yeah.
They're walking right past trees, so they think it's okay. And then they get to the thorns and the rose bushes. They get pricked and they get cut. They get hurt. They want to blame God for it. God let me do this. Jesus let me do that. No, He didn't. Some people, see, He's not going to let you do anything. I'm going to take that back. He didn't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, He let you go that route. But it's not His fault you went there. It's not like God pushed you off to the side a little bit.
Yeah.
If anything, He was telling you to come closer this way. But you decided to go off to the right into the thorns, and they want to blame God for it a lot of times. That or they want to blame themselves for it. And see, the more time you blame yourself, the more you're sitting there, the more you're crying, the more you're standing still. You see, you gotta learn after you got cut up and you got scarred. Jesus is in the past. They're waiting for you to come back out of the woods with band-aids, med kit, waiting to heal you up. He's waiting to heal you from it. But a lot of times people will just sit there right next to that briar patch because they got cut up and they got scarred and they said, I can't move, I'm hurt. You gotta push a little bit farther. Just at least get yourself to the edge of the path so that he can pick you up. At least. After he picks you up, you're gonna be perfectly fine. But a lot of the times, the longer we stay down there, the more trouble we bring in upon ourselves. We sit beside that briar patch like, I'm never going to get out of here. I'm hurting, I'm cut up, I can't stand up, I can't do this, I think I'm just going to sit here. That's sometimes it just kind of hurts to see people in that position. Because, you know, when you walk in down that path too, and you look off to the left, you look off to the right and see them sitting down in that briar patch, you want to reach out and you want to go help them. But sometimes they reach up and grab your hand. Sometimes some people, they just keep on walking. It's like, oh well, he's gonna. Yeah. Sorry. Keep on walking down the path and forget they're there.
Yeah.
But the real people of God, the real men of God, are going to sit there and want to help that person.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
With all their heart.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes when you reach down out of that path to pick them back up and pull them back up, they reject you. You reach down, you grab their hand, and all you do is this. Oh, I'm hurting, leave me alone, don't touch me.
Yeah.
But then, a lot of people want to complain that ain't no one love them, no one care about them, no one want to help them, whatever. But you see, you brought that upon yourself because you wouldn't let anybody else help you.
Yeah.
Some people, 4 or 5 people could go down that path and see you, try to help you. You still don't want to help. Then after the help stops coming, you're gonna blame everybody but yourself.
Yeah.
You see, that's the worst thing to do. You gotta learn to blame yourself for mistakes. The first thing people want to resort to is, he did it, she did it, he did it, he done it.
Yeah.
But you have to learn to admit to your own faults. A mistake is a mistake. If you're around cussing all day, 24/7, and you stub your toe and you slip up, that's a mistake. I truly believe. I mean, it is as long as you say you're sorry. But, you know, if you... Because, I mean, it's going to be so used to you. If you're in a family, or you somewhere where everyone cusses all the time, 24/7 like dogs,
Yeah.
that's going to be implanted in your brain.
Yeah.
So, you really can't help it if you say it or not because it's stuck in you.
Yeah.
If you're in a family such as this one, but you go around cussing all that stuff,
Yeah.
you know, that's you. That's all you. I said, people just see, they would rather, because sleeping feels good, or sitting down playing a video game feels good. You like doing that. You want to sit there and you want to play the game for hours and hours and hours. You don't want to pick up a book and read tiny pages You gotta wear glasses to even see one word for like 5 minutes or so. Can't even read it in the first place. Thoueth, believeth. Well, what are these words? No one wants to read that. Most people don't anyway. I didn't want to read it either until I figured out what it was meant for. See, it's like people talk about all the time, God opening the gates of heaven for you. It's like, if you got this Bible open, the gates of heaven are already open. If you got this open and you're reading it, this is the gate to heaven. This is the key to heaven. When you get up there, put this right in that key slot and you unlock the gate yourself. Using this. Without this, you're not getting to the gate to heaven. Everyone needs this. And I feel ashamed and guilty a little bit on my part because it took me so long to realize. I kept asking myself, Lord, I'm seeing what you're doing for my mama. I'm seeing what you're doing for my daddy. I see what you're doing for my papa, my granny, William. I see what you're doing for all my family and my friends. And I want a piece. I want a piece of the cake. How do I get it? Please, let me know. Several times. We talked about this. Papa was saying, you read the Bible a little bit more and that's how you get closer. It never clicked. Never did. I kept praying for something I wanted to see. I finally got to see it. Then after that, it clicked. Finally. Sometimes it takes a while just to understand that if you want your gifts, if you want your presence, if you want whatever, this is... you can think of this as the gate to heaven, as well as, let's say, a box cutter. This would be your box cutter. You got an evil spirit in your house, whatever. Use this to defend yourself. This is also how you get gifts. You read this and you study up in this and you get closer to God. You're getting a gift and you got something to open it with. Many uses this one book has, other than just getting closer to God. This is the most powerful weapon on the planet. It really is. You wouldn't think so, because how can a book be more violent or be worse than a gun? This right here can destroy the gun. Overpower anything. Overpower all evil. The best part is, what makes this such a good, what makes this such a powerful weapon is that this isn't even made of man. This is him. The guns and knives we make them. God made this. Jesus made this. His disciples made this. Wrote this. Lived this. They even foretold the future, which is sadly coming to pass now. And you know what? I don't say I want to live in the past just for no reason. So stuck in the 80s music. I don't say that I just want to live in that time for no reason. One, you could go down the street about a mile to your friend's house. Now, You can't walk 2 feet out your front step without somebody shooting you in the head and stealing all your money. It's just the way the world's getting. But as long as you got this, and your cross, then you're set. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. That's all you really do need is your Bible, your heart, and your cross.
Yeah.
What I said a minute ago, I'll put it in better terms if I can, so I can understand it. Some people go through life the hard way. Like I did, but I don't want to brag too much about myself because I know there's so many more people that went through way worse than I have. There's some people that literally would have their arm ripped off by things they can't see. And I'm over here complaining because I seen something and it didn't even touch me. So I'm not going to get onto myself, you know. I'm not going to brag about myself and what I went through. But it's everybody. I mean, God ain't ever going to let anything happen to your heart. When he says, replace the stony heart, He's got your new heart for you. He always has it, and He's always taking care of it. And see, when you announce your calling, or when you give in for the first time, that's when He gives it to you. He says, okay, you showed me you wanted it. Here you go. Then it is like a cloud lifts over your head, and everything is so much more clear. That stony heart, you walk outside and say, oh my God, it's muddy, and it's foggy, and it's wet, and it's disgusting. God, I hate this, and the bugs are out. You get that new heart, and you go outside, and you want to cry because it's just so beautiful. You see everything in a new light. You don't look at anything the way you used to before. And that's what I'm so grateful for, because you begin to realize things you've never even thought of before. Always telling you Jesus died on the cross as a kid, yeah? Okay. After you get that new heart, you begin to understand He died on the cross. Hearing that as a kid, it kind of gets hearing that when you're a little kid, it kind of gets kind of dull, kind of old. You hear it so much. Don't mean that much to you. You get older and actually realize what dying is, knowing. And then when people say Jesus died on the cross, you get to understand. Saying, oh yeah, He hung up there. And He said sorry for us because we were too selfish to do so. Everything we were doing is selfish deeds. Punishing Him for things we were doing. Just like the world, blaming each other. Just saying, He did it, He did it, He did this, He did that. What did He do? He did it. And Jesus suffered for every single one of us. And it kind of hurts me how some people just won't say thank you, just at least every once in a while. I see some people that don't even care. Or some people will be at school or whatever and say, they'll wear crosses, they'll wear shirts that say, God save me or whatever. Then go around and cuss them like a dog. It hurts me because I know they're just honoring what they're wearing. God save me and got the date on it, but you over here cussing like a dog, ranting, raving. And it kind of hurts because I know Jesus has already went through more suffering than any one person could ever bear in their entire life. Shoot, an entire generation of people wouldn't even be able to go through as much as he did. As much pain and suffering as he went through, physical and mental. But yet some people still want to punish him after his death. Like he's gone, is he not? You can't punish him no more because he's gone.
Yeah.
They punished him while he was alive, and after he died on the cross, people still want to punish him even more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you walked up to your daddy, imagine this, walking up to your daddy saying, "I don't love you." Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't love you anymore. You see that, like, I just got $1 million, and I love that way more than I do you.
Yeah.
Imagine saying that to your daddy. Would that not tear his heart apart?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing to him. We're not saying it, but we're showing it.
Ready for bed anyway.
We're absolutely destroying it. I think I'm gonna-
You don't get what he's saying? Basically, what I'm getting out is letting go and let God.
Right.
He steps on my shoes one more time, I'm gonna let go and let God, alright? Gonna let go of the pain, boy. No, that's good preaching, man. Good studying and teaching.
Yeah.
Very good. You go a long way. You